Hello and welcome back into part 8 of building an entirely green city on the worst map. I'm Lewis, the GLW, and in this episode we're going to jump straight off. From where we've left off, our unemployment has managed to be lowered down to 14%. We've done that by just putting in a few offices here and there, a few forms of employment, but I'm still being told there's not enough customers. So the two contradict each other, but we're going to fix that this episode. What we're also going to start doing is introducing more public transport, owing to the success of this amazing cable car journey here as well. So we start adding in things like the trains, overground monorail, everything in between as well while we grow our city. Hopefully in this episode we will reach 46,000 and in doing so allow us to buy that land tile or this one, connecting up the city just a bit more, making it a bit easier to move around and design the city a bit more there as well. So let's start by jumping straight in, allocating some more housing down here. Right, so big changes. What we've done is we've actually introduced a new policy. Now the policy is for, where is it? Free public transport. And we've also now just put in, where is it? One is here. The other is just somewhere here. Where is it? There it is. There. And another one there. Oh, no. It is, there we are. There. They're undergrounds. So what it's going to allow people to do is go from 1 to 2 to 3 quite easily, and eventually we'll connect it up to here as well, but it will connect the whole city up. They connect the two by this, well, that part's pretty, but that is horrendously ugly train lines. So now if I go here, we'll run 2 train lines in opposite directions, one to there, one to there, and we'll have it stop off on the way back through. Yep, add a stop. And then this should say finish line or connect line. Complete line, there you go. Nice, wonderful. And then we'll do one in the opposite direction, which is pretty much, oh, it doesn't actually matter then. If we go on here, put our count all the way up to, we get a 500. Okay, let's do that. And give us, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll do 150%. There we are. Now, if we put the time on, that should start to allow people to actually come across as well. So for those people who these haven't got enough customers, it should attract and bring in a few extra people, which would be quite nice. You can also see, which is quite weird, in the bottom corner, so our unemployment stands at 12%, that's positive. Our demands are slowly creeping up for housing, which is interesting. So I was wondering, if I put housing over here, how quickly will it go up? And the unemployment's down to 11%, so it is slowly going down. I think obviously as the education has increased and more people are being born and brought into a world of education, they'll as a result go into the offices, and as a result those will fill with workers. So hopefully that will slowly decrease. The quickest way to do it would have been by putting in a lot of industry, but I don't like that as much, which is a bit of a shame really, because some of the industries like these ones are really cool looking buildings, to be honest, as well. Farm there, love that. Right, so what we'll do is we just need to keep expanding out here, mainly because our population is to 12,000, which, well, 11.5, which is very, very high. Obviously, I don't think we'll be able to do it in one whole episode, but to help us, we're going to be expanding up here as well. And those, this obviously with the height and the value, should have quite good land value, and as a result, bring in a lot of people. Right, just here in the Thornton District as well, we're adding in, what are these? Are they pedestrian areas yet? It's called it pedestrian. Well, it's called it that, the Glade pedestrian area, which is nice. What we'll do is we'll just do the normal thing, which is put in one of these. Well, we can put it right there, actually, it's probably best. Put one of those there. We'll produce a bit of noise, but that's okay. And then we'll have a nice, I don't think how wide we could probably have this path. Not that wide. But we'll have a nice path nonetheless. Won't be able to be a large one going down the centre, so I'm going to fix that now. Right, annoyingly, looking at it initially, I wouldn't say it's that pretty, but we've got a few extra nice little features around here. It's quite nice, you can walk in there and do a bit of shopping, and there's just loads to do, which is quite nice. It will also increase our leisure in the area, so it'll actually help all the houses going in nearby as well, and checking in on everything else as a result. Unemployment's down, and it's holding at 10%. We can get that lower, and I think obviously offices will help, but probably the quickest way to get that is to put some buildings up here, and also look at some residential ones. We will sort this. I've added in just a nice little cable car from there down to there. I think obviously because they're quite close and this is probably the most direct route, that's probably best. So we've got that up and running, and also, like I said, once we've increased the population a little bit here, we'll connect these two together, and then we'll have a nice city flowing between the two. and introducing the new Oak Hills. Now this is going to be a mirror of Thornton District, so the Thornton District's growing well. It will have Oak Hills on this side, and it'll encompass probably this as well, hence, well, not the name there, but the name there, or Pine Hills. And what we'll do is we'll put a bit of housing in there to help these, because as you can see, only one compelling on this side, and a few compelling on this. So all we'll start doing is expanding out this now. There we are, so we've done a quite nice little tunnel design here. So you can connect the two up and we'll still have a main highway going down the centre, despite the fact all the roads are the same. We haven't kind of made 6 lanes and 2 lanes and 4 lanes and everything. But the houses are all going to go here, which will be nice, and they'll hopefully start to look a bit more built up like this. What I think I want to do is start saving up a bit of money and putting in some landmarks. Now, I know they do cost a lot monthly and weekly and all that, but they bring in a lot of tourism and stuff. That's a bit of a shame. And they look quite nice. So what we'll start doing is probably putting a few landmarks around here. If I can scatter them in here as well, I will. And we are, well, I was going to say slowly, and that is the key word, very slowly, working our way towards our next milestone. Now this reminds me a bit like Barcelona, because again it has a grid system in that city, but occasionally they go diagonally, because I'll be really interested to see how that works. But again, I want to make this into kind of housing and see if it scatters quite nicely there. I mean, it's symmetrical, but it'd be interesting to see how it looks. So we'll allocate that very shortly as well. It's still just moaning that there's not enough customers, but unemployment's too high. So I don't know how you rebalance the two. I guess it's more industry, but I don't know where to put that. So let's have a look onto here. Fertile land, 7 hectares, not a lot. See, a lot of oil. Where's that? Where is our oil? That's shadows, that's not oil. It's telling us we can get it, so it's not there. Oh, interesting. Not to worry. But what we should start doing, we've done forest. Well, I guess it's forest or fertile. We could maybe put a few more forests out here. That might help. See, what I don't get is if this has got no power, how does this still operate? No power. None. Oh, sorry, not enough. Well, it has none. But it's still having passengers. As soon as I've given it power, it's turned off passengers, which is a bit weird. There. Okay, just got to sort our water supplies. And the city is we've just been inundated with issues. So I just really want to get back on. I don't want to grow anymore, but at the same time, I kind of need to. Now, I thought this was quite appropriate. City Skylines 10-year anniversary cake, putting it opposite the Evergreen Park, because I thought it just looks... If you're going to put it anywhere, that's where you're going to put it. And also, it has a massive radius, so that will massively help us. Also, I want to have a little look into more of these, just because I think I need to kind of cheer up the city a bit. Looking into happiness, 70% and 80s aren't high enough. 96 is very good, but again, I think it's really difficult to fuck that up, to be honest. So I just want to have a little look into a few more of these. I always like, for example, riding stables. I always think that looks quite nice. So we'll look at placing those around to cheer a few people up. Magic Park is actually doing quite well as well. I think at the start of the episode we were on about 1,500 visitors, so we're now at just over 2,100. So by episode's end, we hopefully will reach level 3. Now, just checking in on level 3, what does that get us? Where are we? Here we are. So level 3 would get us swinging boats. That's a quite cool one. House of Horrors now. That's a very cool one. Bumper carts. You have a generic one. Yeah, level 4 is the drop tower. So it get us some pretty nice ones, and we can expand out into here a bit more as well. I think we've probably overestimated, but that's better than underestimating, to be honest. So what we can do is we can turn around some of the edges back into shops and things like that to bring in a few more tourists. Now this is interesting. Are they complaining about low land value? Which is surprising. I think it's because the water level's gone down too much. But I don't understand why, because I put these 2 pumps in here to start taking the water that comes out of the dam. My thought process was it will lower the water level, but it hasn't actually, because it's still only producing 32. So maybe if we get rid of that and get rid of that, it might allow more water to flow and increase the land value. Right, we've now gone the other way, so actually we're going to start dumping water on this side, hoping this will increase the water level here. It can't go the other way because it can't block up the dam. And it'll go the other way and then increase the land value down here. That's the plan anyway. Fingers crossed it works. Actually, to be honest, what would be quite easy is if you just put a really small dam here. If I just put one across there, as long as it submerges power cables, which wouldn't make much sense, but as long as it doesn't ruin the cable cars, it will actually trap a bit of water in here. But if we make it really low, it won't trap a lot. Oh, operation result in overflow. No, I don't know what that means. Right, my game has crashed. It's now thrown me back to this point where I haven't actually built this new district. So what we're going to have to do is build that, and I'm just trying to remember if I have done anything else. Yes, what I have done is I've removed those. And we'll dump water back in. Right, we've rebuilt the Barcelona-style roads, I guess. Let me just make that. Yeah, that's all encompassing it. We'll sort out, again, this little district here. Easy as that. Turn that into housing. There we are. Make sure all the pipes and plumbing is covered. Nice. We'll allocate all of this to be housing as well. And then hopefully this city will be straight back to where it was. So I googled it quickly what that error code was. Apparently it is to do with the dam and not being able to calculate the grading or something like that. So in short, we'll stay away from that for the time. Thornton's all back and up and running, which is nice. We've got in a few parks and things like that. So let's just do a general overview. Electricity, great, absolutely fine. Water, perfect. Fire, we could probably improve a little bit, absolutely fine. Crime, we actually haven't got a police station over here. We will need one, but that's fine for now. Health, definitely need to look into hospital over here. And death care, and, well, everything over here, it would seem. Education, okay. I need to sort education over here as well. Unemployment's down to 9%, that's positive. Happiness is okay. How are we doing public transport wise? 390, that's pretty good. Not enough people are using it, which is weird. 89%, very good. That's okay. So as a whole, right, let's look into health and education. Right, so we'll put a hospital here. The reason being, I think with the radius, there you go, you can see it's covered absolutely everyone. And also, you probably want it in the centre there. So we now need to look into things like death care and other forms of healthcare as well. And we're down to 8% on unemployment, so that's going well. I've just thrown in, like I said, a hospital, and I've done, is that child, and that's adult healthcare is down there as well to boost us a little. The district's doing all right. It's moaning about not enough. Everyone's moaning about not enough customers. Look how many customers you've got around you. That should be more than enough. Strange. And the space is for them to... Oh, there was? What's happened here then? There you are. So more can move in now. And that's rather appropriate. The Green District. So we are going to name this section up here the Green District. And what we're going to do is map it all out in an ugly manner. Tick. I will say to it here, we want... Let's give it some policies. So policies for this one are going to be, where's the electric car one? Is it this one? City planning, that's it. There it is, electric cars up there. Now, I'm just thinking as well, what I could also do is set it to European style. Now, is this European or is this just low density? That's normal, okay. Is this European? No, we haven't done a European yet then. So, that's high density. That's high density North American, I assume, default, which I think is North American on this. Let's try it. Actually, no, because that... Oh, that's that one there. Actually, no. Right, let's go European, because we haven't put any houses yet, and set them to high density, and set them to sustainable, because I haven't seen what high density sustainable European looks like, so that'd be interesting. I've told them to go in there. What I should do as well is... put some of these in, because those will also boost the what it's like to move them. They look very similar. I kind of get. The view is quite nice though, because you'll end up getting. Yeah, once that builds up, that'd be quite a nice view. It's not the prettiest, I must admit though, but we'll sort that out soon. We also need to fix this road to get them all connected up and running. What I also do want to do is put a football stadium here, because I think that would be incredibly cool. Right, so now that this is actually starting to slowly expand, we've allocated just a bit of housing up here and a few shops. What I'm thinking is, if we go in with... See, that one would look really cool, but I don't think it would suit itself being up there. The football stadium, potentially. Because famously football stadiums, there are some cool ones around the world. So... Oh, I hoped it would do like scaffolding underneath it, because that would look kind of cooler. But that Having an audience increases your odds for the team. Make sure you have good road connections. Yeah, so we will actually have an out football team. A Greenbow FC, that makes sense. And ticket prices. Right, so let's absolutely trash the ticket prices. If I make it free, we should get a massive turnout. Next game is in 2 months. Oh, that's the cheapest you can make it. And I can choose colours and everything as well. Well, it makes sense to go a bit of a brighter green. There you go. And there you go. That's our stadium there. Nice, absolutely cool. I wish you could do a bit more customization, which it's a shame you can't. Now, if I go into economy, no, it's not. It's in policies, events. Here we go. I'm spending money on training players. Odds of winning cost 9,000 a week. There, gosh. Free public transport on match days. Okay, it already is anyway. Cost 500 per week. Again, not a real issue, but we'll put the free public transport there to try and encourage people to turn up on the day, which is a really cool feature. Hopefully they start winning and making us a bit of money, but I don't think you can make a massive amount, to be honest. Right, everything else is actually going rather well. Only a few complaints about customers, but that will slowly go down as well. We started the episode, I think, was it on something like 16%, so quite high, 8, so it's substantially dropped as well. In this episode, what we've done is we've minor adjustment to the dam, but mainly we've just expanded here. You can see it's a lot denser now. Thornton District has grown massively. We've started to build up to the new Green District, perfectly named as well, so that is superb. And we've obviously built our new stadium just now there as well. We've just fine-tuned things a little bit there as well. I know the goal obviously of getting to 46,000 is absolutely ridiculous. We've gone nowhere near that at all, but that will change in time. In the meantime, that's been part 8 of building the God, I'm going to get this wrong. Part 8 of building a green city on the worst map. I've been Lewis Trollerby. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, folks. See ya and goodbye.